Hello, Sanbon. My name is Lungsan Shongwa, and today I've got something to say. And I have decided that I'm going to say what I'm about to say because I feel very, very strongly about it. And I'm going to speak and make the utterances or say what I'm about to say in a strong way, in an intense way. I'm going to be forceful in the manner in which I say it in because I believe in it. I really, really believe in what I'm about to say, and I think it's incredibly important. And I've decided that not only am I going to say it, but I'm going to say it in that particular manner. That I'm going to say it in a manner that has ferocity and venom, specifically to show the level of conviction that I feel regarding this issue or matter. So, we as South Africans, of course, are in the aftermath of the elections that took place on Wednesday, on the 29th of May. And we are receiving, slowly but surely, the results of those elections. And the specific thing that I want to say some words about today is the utterances that have been made by a number of leaders regarding the results that we are seeing come out of KZN. So before I even get into the rhetoric or the things that the leaders have said, I just want to quickly describe the results that I'm referring to. And that is the results in KZN, which have brought about or shown an incredible performance by the MK party, and the results have shown a spectacular performance as of thus far for the MK party in KwaZulu-Natal. They've performed and they are performing quite well in other parts of the country as well. But I specifically want to speak about the results of the MK party in KwaZulu-Natal. So the thing that has been said, and it has been said by a couple of people, the sort of rhetoric and the line of thinking and the type of speech that has been made by a couple of leaders. The first person that I heard speak about this in this manner was a man by the name of Colin Malachi, and I'll name drop because I think it's important and it matters. Colin Malachi, the leader of the Youth League in the African National Congress, first alluded to this and said some words about this before the elections even took place. His line was that historically KwaZulu-Natal has voted along tribal lines, or something to that measure. And when I heard that, I thought that was incredibly unfortunate for him to say as a leader of the Youth League of the African National Congress, which is a national organization that has a presence throughout the country in South Africa. And I sort of dismissed it as utterances that were being made by a young leader who is basically immature, and let that be. But since the elections have taken place and the results of the elections have begun to trickle in, there have been other leaders that have also made similar statements along the lines that the people of KwaZulu-Natal vote along tribal lines, or that the people of KwaZulu-Natal are tribalistic, and the rise and the performance of MK is a result of tribalism in KwaZulu-Natal. And the people that I'm making reference to who have made such utterances are, of course, the leader or the former leader. I think she's actually still the leader in somewhat. The leader of the Democratic Alliance, Helen Zille. She made such statements, as well as the leader of the African National Congress, the chairperson of the African National Congress, Comrade Gwede Mantashe. Both have said things to that effect, right? Now the question is, what do I think about that? And why do I find that to be problematic? Because that's what I think. I think that's incredibly problematic, incredibly dangerous, and I think it should be called out. And the people that make such utterances should be called out, right? So the premise of my perspective that I would like to share in response to those utterances being made by the leaders that I've mentioned is that when you are a leader, your words matter, and your words are not the same in public as they would be in your private life or in your private spaces, right? When you speak as a leader, you speak on behalf of the people that have elected you, that have placed you in a position of leadership, right? And when you speak as a leader, you need to think before you speak. You need to consider the ramifications and the consequences of the things that you say to the broader society that you speak for, that you represent. You cannot just say whatever it is that is on your mind and not consider the consequences and the ramifications and results of those utterances. That is the nature of leadership. And it's unfortunate because the man that I mentioned earlier, Comrade Gwetemantashe, actually alluded to this not too long ago in our discourse as South Africans when he spoke after the utterances that were made by another senior member of the African National Congress, Comrade Fikile Mbalula, when he spoke about the swimming pool that was referred to as a fire pool during the presidency of Comrade President Jacob Gedleyihlekisa Zuma, and he spoke in a manner that was sound. He said that when you are a leader, you need to think. When you are a leader, you need to ensure, you need to calculate your words. You need to be circumspect with your words. You can't just speak, without an appreciation of the meaning and the possible consequences that can come about as a result of your speech, as a result of your rhetoric, right? So, KwaZulu-Natal clearly, historically, is a sensitive space politically. That was the case in the early 90s. That continues to be the case in the modern day. And we have specific reference as to what that means over the past couple of years, or the thing that happened, the event that took place that should not leave our minds, that should be very, very clear in our memories, is the events that took place in July of 2021. That was the perfect example of the nature of the climate, the political climate in KwaZulu-Natal. It is sensitive, it is fragile. The ice that we skate on in KwaZulu-Natal is incredibly thin, and we need leaders and people that are going to be careful with their words, because very, very easily utterances of that sort can cause catastrophe, can cause anarchy, can cause chaos, can cause things to burn, can cause blood to be spilt. So when we speak, when our leaders speak, they need to be incredibly careful. They need to be measured. They need to be calculated. And it's fine when a leader speaks in their private space, in their own homes, about how they feel and think. But when they speak in a public manner, in their capacity as leaders, they absolutely must consider all the consequences and the ramifications of the things that they say. And they have to take the responsibility of the consequences of their words. And the utterances that have been made by Comrade Gwetemantashe, that have been made by the leader of the DA, Helen Zille, that have been made by the leader of the ANC Youth League, Colin Malachi, with specific regard to KwaZulu-Natal and the voting that takes place in KwaZulu-Natal is incredibly dangerous and unfortunate, and we need to call it out. We need to call for calm, for cool heads to prevail. The results in KZN, like the results in any other province in the country, are a result of a democratic process in which the people of KwaZulu-Natal have expressed themselves through the ballot. There is no need for us to go down that path of whether or not the results are a result of tribalism. That is not a line, that is not an area, that is not a space that we need to be entertaining in any way, shape, fashion, or form. I believe the person that was, to my mind, that I heard, speak about this and that spoke about it in a clear manner, in a precise manner, in a cool manner, in a reasonable and responsible manner, was the leader of the IFP, Umkhuleko Hlengwa. He was on the podcast, Penwell the Black Pen, and he spoke about this. He spoke about the sensitivity that exists in KZN, and the dynamic of the narrative and the concept and the element of tribalism, that it's something that we need to be very, very careful of. Very, very careful of. Because not so long ago, we saw the country burn. We saw people burn. Some of us saw people burn to death. And we need to be very careful. We need to be very, very careful. And I think that's what we need to consider and think very, very carefully and prudently in our speech. And I'm calling for leaders and everybody else in our discourse to allow for cooler heads to prevail, to not allow such rhetoric to take root, to fester, to stoke those elements. Because those elements, of course, do exist, but we do not need to stoke them. We do not need to enlarge in them. We do not need to pour fuel to the embers or the flickers of their existence. That is my call. That is what I think with specific regard to what is taking place in the country's discourse and the conversations that are being held and being had around the results that are taking place in KwaZulu-Natal. And if you think there's any value or meaning from this video and the utterances that I'm making, please like the video, please share the video, and share your thoughts about them as far as just the nature of the utterances that have been made. And I want to make it abundantly clear that I'm not criticizing any leader in their capacity as a leader. I'm not criticizing any leader, really. What I am doing is criticizing and shining a light on a very, very dangerous path that we could very, very easily go on, that we do not want and we do not need. I'm calling for circumspect. I'm calling for care to be given, for sensitivity to be used, for a sensitive situation to be handled in a sensitive manner and not recklessly and not dangerously. Please share your thoughts and like the video and share the video and let me know what you think about it in the comment section.